In 2015, I was in a car accident. I had probably like 12 surgeries within a 6-month span. A fentanyl pain pump was installed, and I could hit it every 6 minutes. I became dependent on the narcotics, on the fentanyl.
I've been struggling with this thing over 30 years. But this time, I don't ever want to go through again, and that's being homeless or being evicted. Your kids are grown up. Time you won't get back.
I didn't know anything about recovery. I didn't know that there was millions of people like me out here that had found a better way. And it wasn't until I moved here to Illinois that people in recovery started being placed in my life.
Pier is an incredible organization that provides exceptional substance abuse treatment and prevention services to children and adolescents as well as adults. We offer a really wide range of services, all related to substance use. We do our medication-assisted recovery treatment, where we are getting our clients medications that can help with their recovery.
We work as an interdisciplinary team. The team includes myself, the medical director, nurses, and counselors.
Pier is a harm reduction-based clinic, and because of that, we let the clients set their own goals specifically surrounding use.
We service anyone who has a need for our services. We accept walk-ins. We accept patients who don't have insurance. If someone comes into our clinic and they say they have an opiate addiction or they have an alcohol addiction, we help them.
What brought me to Pier Services in the first place was alcohol. I think the big turning point for me was wanting to change, not just outwardly, but wanting to change on the inside.
Making that decision, coming to the realization that you need help is huge. We want to make sure that we as a provider are able to provide the service at that moment in time when they're ready.
That's why high-quality counselors who connect with our clients are an essential part of our programs. We provide individual and group counseling to teens and adults with substance use disorders related to alcohol and other drugs.
Our intensive outpatient groups are what we call working groups. So we are delivering curriculum, but it's not a class. It's a space for them to process what's going on.
What I get out of these groups mostly is the ability to get more of a 10,000-foot look at things.
I was able to find a safe place that I was able to be honest. Things really started to change because now I'm not wearing a mask.
I can be me here. I don't have to put on no facades or anything. I don't have to hide anything. I can do normal things again, like work. I can be a productive citizen, pay my bills, pay rent.
We also offer early intervention services with adolescents. If we can intervene before those problem behaviors becomes a disorder, instead of putting the Band-Aid on the wound, we stop the damage from happening to begin with.
Prevention work is incredibly important for youth. When kids are younger, their brains are just developing at that point in time. So any chemicals that they put into their body could literally alter their brain chemistry and how their brain continues to develop.
We have programming all throughout the rest of elementary school, through middle school, high school, and we have more recently started working with some of the local universities to really support that young adult population. And really, the work that we're doing with our youngest kids, starting in 4th grade, is opening up the conversation about substances.
Exposure to substance abuse, bullying, and peer pressure is a lot sooner than a lot of people expect. I think that preparedness is really key. I give the example of we do fire drills. We don't expect a fire, but we want to be prepared for that.
We also include the foundational knowledge, skills, and abilities like decision-making, goal setting, how to handle peer pressure and set boundaries.
To have really good information so that they can make better choices, so that they're set up for success later on in life is really important.
Because substance use affects everybody. Even if you or someone in your family doesn't have a substance use disorder or isn't struggling with substance use, someone in your community is.
When they leave out of here, we don't know what they're facing. A lot of our patients are homeless. We try to set them up with different shelters or set them up with food pantries so they can have a warm meal every day. Patients have also expressed that when they inform employers that they're on methadone, they're kind of like shone down on.
We are working to erase some of that stigma against people who use substances and against harm reduction services.
Organizations like Pier need to be around. They need to be funded well so that they can continue these kinds of services.
I am like the 5th generation of this long line of trauma, chaos, alcoholism, addiction. I've gotten to a really good place where I'm not just taking pills that treat the side effects to my addiction. I am actually doing work that's treating the problem.
We actually need more programs like this. I know a few that saved their lives coming here. I don't know what I would have did without it.
It is treatment, but it doesn't feel like it. You're doing the work, but it's not a heavy lift here because there's a lot of hands to help you.
There's so much that we can do with your support, from hire and retain quality staff, help us to provide services to clients who are low income, be more innovative and creative with our services. Everyone deserves services and support when they need it.